thank you all for coming. So, boy, I hope you enjoy hearing a little bit more about my mariachi playing. Wow, I don't usually have such a great crowd, so I really do thank you for coming. So, here's the thing. So I've been playing mariachi for a long time, but how did this book come about? Well, I have this very good friend named Cookie who said, you should write all this stuff down. Because she started playing mariachi with us, and I'd tell her stories, and she'd say, you're kidding! And I'd say, no, that's exactly what happened. And she wouldn't believe me, and I'd have to say, no, that really happened. She said, write it all down, and you know what? Finally, I did. I wrote 120,000 words, which is a lot of words, about 400 pages. I edited very carefully. I showed it to a few readers, and they said, this is boring. This is what happens as a writer. You start out all wrong. And so for a couple years I did nothing. I just thought about it, and then I finally figured out, in order to make a fun book, I really had to do anecdotes about all of the different adventures. And so what you have here is about half what I started out with, and it's a series of adventures. Sometimes they're out of sync chronologically because it made a better story. But before I even start, I want to thank the two people who were really, really influential to me. One is Gilbert, who was late, which would be mariachi time. And the other is Cookie, and she's sitting right there. When I was getting ready to do this, I Facebooked. This is what you do these days, you Facebook people. I Facebooked Rigo. He's a trumpet player, and I said, I've got this book, and I think you'll like it because it's about, you know, all of our adventures at the restaurant and everything. And he said, did you change the names to protect the guilty / innocent? I said, there's no innocent, but I did change the names all the time. So here's what I did to kind of make peace with myself. If it was a good story about somebody that was positive, then I used their name. And if it wasn't, I changed it. So you don't have to tell me, no, it was actually Ruben that did that. I know. Okay, but that's okay. You've got to start somehow. So, and in fact, in order to start somehow, I really have to kind of go back in time. So how did I wind up doing this mariachi thing and become a mariachi player? Well, as a lot of you know, Spanish was my major. So when I finished my degree, I knew my Spanish was so-so. I could really conjugate verbs well. Hubiera, hubieras, hubiera, hubiéramos. I had all that down. But when I got to Mexico, I took a job in Mexico to teach English, and the first thing they told me was, ¿Qué ondas? And I said, what? What waves didn't make any sense. I should have brought a paper. Oh! Should have brought a paper. 2 paper clips. I didn't know the regular Spanish that people use. And so that's what I had to work on. I got really lucky because I lived in a family, and the brothers and sisters were either older than me or younger than me. They didn't care about learning English, and I got to practice with them all the time. So it was great. It was wonderful because I could gossip and feel like I was working on Spanish at the same time. I was, actually. I can gossip really well in Mexican Spanish, so there you go. But I needed to learn more, and I had a very good friend who was teaching with me, and she said, you know, the real way to learn mariachi, to learn Spanish is through song. You should get a lot of the vocabulary. So she had a little song book of about 12 songs, and I copied those down, and we would sing those songs, and we would get practice. And they were songs like El Rey and Paloma Negra, and, you know, just really typical songs. Well, one day at school, she got my arm, and she said, hey, you have to come over tonight. Come over. I'm like, oh, what happened? Well, Gerardo, her boyfriend, had been caught venteando. What is that? Well, in Durango, the main street is called 20 de Noviembre. So venteando is cruising the strip, and he was cruising with another woman. I know. She'd never been so mad. So she brought me over, and she wanted me to sing a song with her. She'd just gotten the words to No volveré. I'll never come back. And the crucial words from the song are, Lo que tengas de mí, te lo doy, pero no te devuelvo tus besos. You can have of me what you want, but you won't get my kisses back. We sang that for about 12 times straight, poor neighbors, but that's the way it goes. Okay. So a month later, to get over her terrible experience with Gerardo, we went to Mazatlan. It was the closest beach, although it was about a 6-hour bus ride, so it was really far away. But anyway, one night, after we'd spent all day on the beach swimming, we were sitting out on the beach, and we had, of course, Karen's guitar. And along come two guys, cute guys, handsome, almost burnt with the sun, and they were carrying a six-pack. And they started talking to us. Well, at the time, I was really pretty shy, but Karen wasn't, so she just started talking to them, started flirting, and away we went. We talked, and finally, one of the guys asked to see the guitar. And I'm going to just read you just a kind of a, I don't know, about a page or something from that part.